Ladies and gentlemen, there she is, the queen
Hey,
in all her regalness, giving us some time.
man, thank you for all that. I appreciate it. I've been thinking about, how much I used to despise FaceTime. Like, I used to never wanted to talk to people on FaceTime. I was like, nah, I don't want to FaceTime. Nah, I'll call you on the phone. Oh, that's FaceTime is reserved for very special people, that you allow into your FaceTime space. And
In your
suddenly,
face.
and suddenly FaceTime has literally become like the main way that we're communicating, and it's ill. It's really interesting. So thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for giving us your face. Well, and it's appropriate because we're learning more about you and more myself. The new book that's out of Oprah's first rollout. You gave us a kind of a teaser of this the last time we spoke, and now it's here. We are here now.
Yes, we are here. It's official. And I mean, the timing to me, it seems so incredible because this book is all about self reflection. And, like, really the point of it is how do we actually become who we are, not who other people expect us to be or who we think we're supposed to be for people, or how we think will make us the most money or the most popular or the most liked or whatever it is that sometimes creates these personas that maybe are not even the truth of who we are. And so this thought of self-reflection is like so deep, especially right now, because I feel like the entire planet is in a state of self-reflecting, personally, as communities, as, like, on a global level. And so I don't know. Maybe it's just perfect time, and the conversation seems like we're all having it.
In the book, you detail many different moments, not only in your professional career but in your personal life that you're sharing with folks. And speaking of reflection, on page 146, Jay Z is in the book,
Yes,
especially on the for the, what is it called, the audio book or the
the
ebook or
audio
whatever it
book.
is. He
Yeah,
does an intro too.
he does. It's actually fire. I love the audio book. It's been a beautiful experience because each chapter is started by a friend, and their perspectives.
Well, and the reason I tie it to self reflection is because in the Jay Z section, he talks about how when you first recorded Empire State of Mind, and
I
y'all had this
know.
awkward convo about him being like, "Well, I kind of, I need you to recut that."
Yeah, so basically, we were. I mean, that song has such a genesis. Like, it's just crazy when you look back at how things come into the world, and actually, initially, for a minute, it wasn't even going to come together because he couldn't find me. Like, he couldn't get in touch with me for whatever reason at the time, and different people in the middle and the whole thing, and so he couldn't even find me, and so imagine that song never even happened. So then, fortunately, he found me, we connected, I loved the song, we started building on it, and then I had to cut it. I actually cut it in LA, and I think that was the problem. Like, you're not supposed to cut a song about New York in LA. It just was wrong. Like, that alone, just like the energy was off. So
Yeah.
on top of that, I was sick, like, like a little sick, not too much. I could still sing, so I did that, but you could kind of tell. So after I sent it in, because he's on deadline, I'm trying to hurry and get it together for him, and he hits me back like, "Could you sing it again?" And I was like, "What?"
I sang my heart out on that joint.
What? You want me to sing it again? And he's like, by the way, could you also add, those things you put in, like the yeah, like all that you do? Can you make sure you put that in too? So I was a little tiny bit embarrassed because who wants to send a song that, then their friend is like, and he didn't want to tell me
Dang.
that either. Like, he didn't want to have to tell me that, but it kind of was necessary. And so then I brought it back to New York. I cut it right. I wasn't sick. I had the vibe. I put the uhs and the and the vibe, and there it is.
Alicia, I want to talk about this new remix you just dropped with Chronix
mm.
and Protege, which is super fire.
Oh, thank you so much. I love it. I love them. I'm like super uber fans of Protege and Chronix. And Chronix, like, I've been just his energy and his vibe and his music and his melodies and the way that he, like,
Bruh,
all of that.
bruh.
I couldn't wait to connect. So that Underdog remix is like a personal favorite.
Well, now this is a basically, I mean, you took the themes of Underdog, but this is a new song
Honestly, it
in many
is.
ways.
I thought that I wanted to do something that gave it a fresh energy, and the song is just like really, especially right now, it's just extra resonating with people. It's perfect timing, and so I thought that that dance hall, that just reggae style would fit it so good because it has that storyteller and that energy.
Yeah.
When we went in, I thought we'd probably keep it relatively the same and maybe add some new elements and their verses and stuff, but man, the creativity and the connection was so alive that and next thing we know, we have new melodies, we have new lyrics, and it's literally a new song.
Do you have a favorite story in your new book?
We were just talking about reggae. We were just talking about reggae remixes. One of my favorite reggae remixes that I ever did was the one for "You Don't Know My Name," and there is a story in the book about the first time that I met Kanye, and
I bet you that was a movie.
I was definitely one of the first. I think, the first, R&B artist that even really worked with him like that. And he was just. I mean, because he was fresh off of Through the Wire. I remember him playing me Through the Wire, like it had just dropped, and he barely had it off. And he was that same super passionate, over the top, energetic, like music lover. I never met a music lover like him besides maybe my husband, who's just like also just bubbling with just music energy all the time. And when we went in there and he played, that original sample that he played for me for "You Don't Know My Name," it was myself, another artist named another writer named Harold Lilly, and it was actually John Stevens before he was even
Uh-huh.
legend.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
he was and he they did all we did all these backgrounds, and Ye was just, and that another song about the genesis of a song. And later on, when we did that initial thing, and later on we got back together, that's when he was like, "Alicia, you know what you should do? You should put a part in the song that has, like, remember when songs used to just have talking and they talk for like a minute? You need to just talk for a minute." And I was like, "Talk for a minute?" He's like, "Just talk for like a minute. Like something about how you and the waitress and you got like coffee or a hot chocolate. I don't know. Go in there and talk." And so I just go in there and freestyle something. And, again, those are how the parts to that song, which I think for me is one of my all-time favorites, just because it has such a unique, special thing, came together. So to me, just since we're talking about music, I love these memories of connecting with people and having these first moments.
Yo, and tell Swizz we gotta set up some more battles, man. Cause these
Oh.
battles, man.
Listen. If you don't think the battles ain't getting set up right now, like right over there, right while we talking, you must not know him. Cause
Nah, I do. I know. I know.
he's relentless.
That's it. I think
There's
they.
some in the there's some in the pipeline that's
Oh, you hit.
coming.
Yo, you got front row seats to
I'm
the
right there.
bookings. To the
I'm right
to.
there. I'm right there with the booking agent. I'm right there with Don
Yeah.
King.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I love you. Take care.
All right. Love you, man. We'll see you
All
soon.
right. Yeah, I'll
Blessings.
talk to
Family,
y'all.
be safe.
God bless.
All right. Bye.